Hi, this is David, and I'm going to be playing OpenRCT2 today. OpenRCT2 is a open source remake of the engine for Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. It also has Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 maps, because I own both games, as well as the expansion of Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's just an open source remake. It's similar to OpenMW, but for Roller Coaster Tycoon. And Roller Coaster Tycoon is a tycoon game, as the name implies, which is kind of an economic simulation and management game where you try to balance resources and basically make the guests happy and enjoy the time in the theme park and make money and stuff like that. There's some pretty neat features provided by this engine, such as window scaling, as well as changing the drawing engine, the graphics engine. You can set it to hardware, which is experimental using OpenGL. You can also change the resolution and stuff like that. And they also added this lighting effects thing, which is experimental. Various other things that I'm not sure all of which can be done in the original game. But it's pretty cool that this game from the 1990s is still being maintained with this engine. So anyway, for this game, I'm just going to play through Forest Frontiers, which is the first park. And it's a pretty simple map, but it's just kind of like a good introduction to the game. We're building a Forest Frontiers theme park deep in the forest, build a thriving theme park in a large cleared area. The objective is to have at least 250 guests in the park at the end of October year 1 with a park rating of 600. So, let's get to it. So the way this game works is you have the gate, this thing, which is the gate, and it just controls whether or not it's open or closed. You can also buy land construction rights on some maps. This one happens to have a bunch, but a lot of the Roller Coaster Tycoon ones don't. You can also do, this just locates, this changes the tag, the name of it. I wanted to rename the park for some reason. This is the park rating, which is like how much people want to come here. This is the number of guests currently in the park, which is 0 because it's closed for the moment. This is opens and close it, or tests it if it's a ride that can be tested. And this is that you would test it by the way, to get whether or not how exciting it is. This is the admission price for the park, which is currently set to free. Fortunately, you can actually change it on this map. A lot of the Roller Coaster Tycoon ones are kind of annoying, and even Roller Coaster Tycoon 1s, because you cannot change the admission price or the ride prices, and you kind of have to do whatever they tell you to do. So these are my objectives: 250 guests. I'm gonna pause the game. 250 guests year 1. October year 1 with a park rating of 600. So this is gonna be a pretty fast game. We've got to get to it. So we've got a couple of months, and we've got to get this thing done. So I'm just going to begin right away. And so I guess I'll explain what I'm doing. So this is thrill rides. So these are transport rides, gentle rides, roller coasters, thrill rides, water rides, shops and stalls, and research R&D, or research and development. So what I like to do is start out with some thrill rides and some shops and stalls and some, that's not this one, the gentle rides. So I generally build gentle rides and thrill rides in pairs, because some people want gentle rides and some people want thrill rides, and then some people want roller coasters. So somebody that, I can't unpause the game, and somebody that likes thrill rides, so this is the entrance and that's the exit. Somebody that likes thrill rides might not like gentle rides, or vice versa, so it's good to kind of build and these are benches for people to sit on, which makes them happy and they can eat. These are lights that makes them happy as well, and I'm going to just open the park and give myself a little bit of money to work with, and set this pirate ship to open. Gonna lower the price because that's probably too high. It likes to set these prices really high for some reason. And I'm going to begin building So first of all, I'm going to build a merry-go-round like I was talking about before. Guess I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to just do the same thing. So this game is 2D isometric view, so it allows you to rotate around, see what things are, where things are. So I'm now going to begin building a walkway, and that's probably enough. I don't really want to do too much with the. I don't like to make too big of, too large of these queues or line areas, because if they are too long, then people will queue in them for a long time and say, I've been queuing in this line for ages, and they get mad. And then they become vandals and start messing things up and breaking everything. Destroying litter box, or destroying trash cans and all that stuff. So, benches and lights, they just break everything and vandalize the whole park. So you want to avoid that. So I've got 8,900 left. So I'm going to try to build a roller coaster with that money. If I can find one that's thrilling enough. This one's got a little bit of excitement and intensity and a low nausea rating, which is good. I like to start out with this one, actually. Generally. So you see the... I think I'm going to put it facing this direction. So, see, it's got this... it's got the entrance and exit over at the top. I will show you in a second. Right there. So, well, okay, I didn't. I actually misunderstood where that was going, but that's fine. That is perfectly fine. I'm just gonna retheme it because it's not my theme. Well, you know what? I'm gonna leave it right now for now because I don't care that much. Just get this thing over there. Get it into action. Get this thing into commission. Get that thing going. Start charging some money to use this thing. Okay, it's open now, and I'm gonna increase it to 250 or maybe 3. Let's make it 3 for now. And what I'm going to do now is build some shops and stalls. So we got this drink stall, which I'm gonna build, and like that. This is probably fine. All of this is fine, I think. Well, we'll see later on. Let's check right now and see what people's actions. So we can see their thoughts and their actions. So their thoughts right now are, I'm not thirsty and I want to go on something more thrilling than merry-go-round and pirate ship. Well, so pirate ship's the thrill ride, but that's not thrilling enough for them. So intensity is 2. Yeah, that's not that intense, I guess. It says thrill ride, but it's actually not thrilling. But it's more thrilling than that, for sure. But it's definitely not as thrilling as this. And what I'm going to do is add a pass-through over here, actually. Because... which is good. If you've seen the other game that I play, which is Settlers 2, then this will be familiar to you because it is the same kind of concept where you have roads that you build around and connect up just like this. So that's fun. I think there's one more over there, I think. Yep, there is. So you see the isometric viewpoint means that you have to kind of like jump around and try to get things working. So I just made a path here to add another traffic flow. So similarly to Settlers, if you played that game, you've got you have to kind of keep the flow of traffic moving. So otherwise people will start complaining about how crowded it is. And that is not good for happiness. So on that note, let's see what I suspect they're going to start getting hungry soon. They're sick, and I don't have anything that I can do about that right now. I'm going to set this to maximum and start trying to cure their sickness. We are the safest park in the country. Great. So I'm going to start putting down some litter bin things. What is it? Litter bin, yeah, litter bin. Okay. So that was right. And then just okay, put that into place. Some lights so that we will have a little bit more. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's put this over here maybe. No, I can't do it there. Okay. I'm gonna live with that. Don't. It's fine. Doesn't matter that much. So that is perfectly fine. So I think they're gonna be just fine right now. And okay, so they are going along. What are we doing here? I want to go on something more thrilling. I feel sick. I'm not paying that much. Okay, that was important. I'm not paying that much. Well, it's gone now. And I don't remember what it was. Okay. Alright, so I think our money supply is getting good. So I'm going to start hiring staff. So staff do various tasks around the park. So I'm going to hire a handyman, which cleans up the park. Basically, when somebody throws up on these walkways, which they will do with pretty shortly with this I feel sick, that means they're going to vomit somewhere, and you got to be ready to clean it up. You've also got the mechanic that goes around and fixes the rides and inspects them. You've also got security guards who, their goal is to help protect against vandalism. I generally like to do that kind of indirectly by just making sure that everybody's happy and not being vandals, by having plenty of litter boxes and short queues and handymen cleaning up the place. But sometimes it's unavoidable. You got to get the security guards out. These entertainers, I'm not sure what they do. I think they generally just increase happiness of the guests, which kind of makes sense. But I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to look that up. But I'm going to just throw in some restrooms and stuff if we need it. And we're going to need some food. I'm going to build kind of like a food court type thing here. Well, that was wrong. Get rid of that. Okay. Alright, put this over here. That's fine. I've got day and night cycle turned off, so I don't actually have to worry about these lamps, because there's kind of some bugs with OpenRCT2, at least on my machine, where the lights just kind of flicker around, and it's not enjoyable at all. So, see, that guy's sick. He's eating while he's sick. Probably not the best thing in the world. Let's see what these people are thinking now. I'm tired. I'm not paying that much to go on merry-go-round 1. Okay, so merry-go-round 1 is too expensive. Gonna lower that. Okay, let's see. Nobody's really saying too much or thinking too much at this point. So I guess what I'm going to do is just, well, see, we've got some vomit on the ground. We need some handyman to come pick it up. I generally like to keep the handyman to under 3 for the entire park, just because it doesn't affect the happiness too much. I used to hire a new handyman anytime I saw this, and it just became a massive amount of handymen and too much. It was costing too much. So I'm going to do it like this, and we still no. Okay, that was a little bug. If you open this, it kind of has the last results, or it's got a cache of what happened before, so it takes a little bit of time to update. I think that's an OpenRCT2 bug, but that's fine. It might have happened in the original Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, but I do know that it happens in this one. So I'm feeling very sick. Alright, so that's fine and all. I think we've got this at maximum, yes. So generally you want to keep this at maximum if you can possibly afford it. Just so you have more rides to build and shops to build. Like right now I have almost nothing, at least in terms of Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. There's just so much more to do in Roller Coaster Tycoon in terms of rides, but it's best to start with Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, so just because it teaches you to get good at the base game. And I'm just gonna play it in order for this series here. So what do we got? I'm gonna build a Ferris wheel because I don't have one of those. So I'm gonna put a Ferris wheel like right here, I think. Like so. I'm not gonna open it yet, but I will be prepared to do so. So let's just do that, and that, and just open up the thing. It probably should be about the same as the merry-go-round, so I'm going to make it 40 cents. A whopping 40 cents. But it adds up, I guess. So let's see what everybody's thinking right now. Not hungry, not thirsty. Great. Okay. The burger from Burger Bar 1 is very good value, a really good value. So what that means is that you can charge more for this, generally. If it's good value, it means you're not charging enough, and you're losing money, basically. Because they're going to buy it either way, I think. I'm not hungry, I'm not thirsty, I want to go on something more thrilling. Microphobia was great. So if Microphobia was great, if it says Microphobia was great, that means you're charging about the right amount. If it says good value, it's too little. If it says that I'm not paying that much, then it's too much. I want to go on something more thrilling than Ferris Wheel 1. Well, it's a good thing that Ferris Wheel 1 happens to be right next to this roller coaster. So that's fine. It's too crowded here. You see that? We're starting to get into the crowded situation, and the only real alternative is to build bypasses or alternate routes to get places. So I am going to begin doing that. I guess like this, but the problem is that it's gonna become... Oh, that's fine. I think this is fine. I'm just gonna cut up like this, I guess. No, like that. I'm just gonna go on top of these rides if I can. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm just gonna go... I was wanting to do something like this. Let's just try this. See if I can... No. Oh. Wow. That's quite annoying. Alright, well, I'm just gonna cut across. I don't know. It's gonna obscure my visibility of the area, but that's okay, I guess. The reason that we're doing this is so that they have other places that they can go, and so some people will go here, some people will go here. If you know about electricity and resistance along current circuits, then it's kind of a similar idea to that, where you have some people going on this way, some people going this way, and you know they're flowing. So yeah, I don't know. The analogy's kind of breaking down the more I get into the physics or think about the physics of it. But that's fine. Doesn't matter that much. So let's just keep going. So we are building these lights, and that's okay. Building some lights. Alright, so we've got this other path here, and that is good. Because that's going to help with the crowding issue. Hopefully. So let's see, I need to go to the bathroom. Oh, okay, I don't know where he was. Oh, okay. That's just that bug again. I'm not hungry. I feel sick. The music is nice. Too intense. The log flume is available, and I don't have any money for it. So, speaking of which, I need to start. I guess I'm going to start charging to go into the park more. Charging like $10 maybe, just to get a little bit more money coming in. And I might charge more for... Well, no, I can't charge more for Microphobia. Okay, I think this is about... what we can do for now. So we can increase the drink prices. That's good. Okay. I just wanted to build like a profit $64 per week. Now that... Wow. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. Park value is kind of plateauing a little bit. It was skyrocketing up, now it's kind of plateauing because I haven't built rides in a while. And our profit is flat, which is not good at all. What was the goal again for this mission? Let's see. We had to get 250 guests at the end of October year 1. Well, we've gotten that at least. Our park rating is 600. Yes, it is. Well, we've already won, technically. Well, that's fine. I'm gonna just save here and end the episode here and continue on again. Just kind of finishing up the episode, or finishing up this mission. I mean, we technically already won, but might as well go ahead and play it out. Thanks for watching.